Good morning, everybody. I've been really excited about this one. I just got the new 270 V2 awning from Freespirit Recreation, and we are about to take a detailed look at this thing. My goal with this video is to give you the best possible idea of what you're getting so you can decide if this is the awning for you. I'm going to try to answer any questions that I had before I got my hands on it. In this video, we're going to do an unboxing. We're going to take a look at the installation process as I install it on my Evo V2 tent. We're going to take a look at the features of the awning, and then we're going to take a close look at how to open and close it, including a time lapse showing how long it takes. All right, let's get started with the unboxing. It's a pretty straightforward unboxing. As soon as you get the box open, you see the awning, and just underneath the awning are a couple of accessories. Right here we've got a little storage pouch, and then a much larger storage pouch called the gear grid. In this bag we've got the strap for attaching the awning when it's open, 2 carabiners that go along with the strap, as well as the wiring for the integrated lights. So I installed the awning directly onto my Evo V2 tent using the FSR awning brackets. These brackets can be used for the Evo, Odyssey, and Aspen tents. At first I installed the brackets onto the tent, but then I had a really hard time attaching the awning, so I ended up taking the brackets off and attaching them to the awning first. For me, this was a much easier way to ultimately attach the awning to the tent, and I was able to do it by myself with help from a ladder. FSR recommends using 3 brackets to help support the weight of the tent when it's open. To install them, slide the channel nuts into the channel of the awning and into the channel of the tent. I then attached the bracket to the awning using these 8mm screws. I was able to lift the awning up onto the ladder and line up the bracket with the channel nuts that I had previously put into the tent. After I installed it, I learned that my tent latches would not open. If you're installing this onto your tent like I did, you'll need to flip the tent latches first. It is a very simple process. If you need more information about the install, Freespirit has a video on their own YouTube channel that I will link in the description. Now that we've got it installed, it's time to open this thing up. First, of course, unzip the cover. After unzipping the cover, I tried to tuck it behind a little bit just so it doesn't get in the way. Then you undo the 3 straps, keeping it together. It doesn't come with the strap on it, it's in the accessory bag, so I attach the strap. This will help me secure it in place on the other side. Also, I just want to mention that I initially struggled to figure out how the strap works until I finally realized it has this little loop here that the carabiner goes into. Then just walk around and find something to hook the strap to. I'm guessing they intentionally made the strap really long just to help ensure that you'll have something to attach it to. For now, I use the latch from the tent. Once attached, tighten the strap a little bit, and that is pretty much it. One of the reasons I was drawn to this awning is because you don't need to use the poles. To me, efficiency is one of the most important factors when choosing my gear, so being able to save time by not needing the poles is huge. Honestly, if it was going to take much longer to set up, I probably wouldn't have even been that interested in getting an awning because I know that I'd probably never end up using it. With that being said, it does come with poles just in case for extreme conditions. They are in here. This bag does slide out, and honestly, I'm probably just going to take it off and not bring the poles with me. But I will say, hooking up the poles was actually quicker than I thought it would be. There's a little hole that the pole goes into, and then you just tighten this to secure the pole. Taking a wider look at it, one thing that I love, and I feel like a lot of the other 270s don't do, is have this 90-degree angle here as well as here. I feel like that's something that when you're just doing your research for the awning might not seem like a big deal, but then when you're actually out in the rain, you're going to be happy to have those 90 degrees. I can't say yet from experience. All right, let's check out the lights. A battery is not included, but I'll be using this portable battery. Plug in the USB, and then it's got 2 plugs built into the awning. There's a power switch for on or off. And then you can either have one side plugged in or both at the same time. That's cool, but let's see what it looks like in the dark. Yep, that's definitely cooler. I've got a few more things to mention, and then we'll take a look at how long it takes to set it up and take it down. Let me show you the gear grid. It has this little slot here that allows you to attach or detach the pole bag, the storage bag, or the gear grid. I could definitely see this coming in handy for storage. You can fold it up and close the awning with it on. And for the smaller storage bag, that is the perfect spot to keep the wiring for the lights. Another thing I was wondering about is if I would have any issues opening my canopy doors. Immediately, I realized the answer to that is no. The doors open just fine. It doesn't feel like they're putting any stress on the awning. As you could see, it was super fast to open it up. I do think I could have closed it a little bit more quickly, but I think even with practice, it's going to take somewhere between 60 and 90 seconds. My only complaint with closing it is those 3 clips that you have to put together after folding it up. When you go to close the awning, those clips get caught behind the awning material, so you'll have to kind of go and pull them out before you completely close it. Other than that, it wasn't too hard to get it in the bag. I did take off the pole bag though, and that does make it a little bit easier, but it's not that much harder to close it up with the pole bag on. Just a few things to wrap up here. I chose the passenger side awning because the larger door to enter my tent is on the driver's side, so I just wanted to make sure that we would still be able to enter the tent if the awning is open. They advertise that this is the fastest deploying awning on the market, and as you could see, it only took me about 30 seconds to open, and I haven't even had a lot of practice yet. One of the main reasons that I even wanted an awning to begin with is in case we get caught in the rain. Cooking in the rain is the worst, so being able to cook on the tailgate under cover will truly be a game changer when camping in the rain. My only concern with that is this little gap here, so if that becomes an issue, I'm going to have to figure out a solution for that. This would apply to any awning as well as the tent, but if you put it away when it is wet, make sure you air it out soon after so it doesn't get moldy. After having the awning opened, I realized that I also need to flip the latches on the back of the tent. If the awning is open, the back latches won't open, so I'm going to need to flip those so that way if I want to open the tent when the awning is already open, I'll be able to. Overall, my initial impression of this awning is that it's near perfect. The only minor issue, like I mentioned before, is finding those straps when closing it up. Hopefully, after using it a little bit more, I will figure out a trick or a solution to make that a little bit easier. I just got it in October, and we don't do a ton of winter camping, so I'm very excited to use this more next camping season. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to make a follow-up video. I think it's going to depend on how much more there would be to update after using it a bit more. I think the biggest thing that I'd like to update on is how it holds up in the rain. If you have any questions or there's anything about the awning that you want to know that I did not mention, please leave a comment below and I will do my best to answer. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. That's about it for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.